Hey everybody! In this video I have yet another Grand Harvest House attic video to show you. If you've watched my content, you've likely seen my original attic video and also maybe the second one where I showed a spiral staircase design. I'm making yet another one for two reasons. I have this what I think is a far better spiral staircase design that I'm really excited to show you. And I also wanted to better explain some of the steps for building the attic portion based upon the feedback I received in the comments of my previous videos. Fair warning, everything I do is PC centric, so you won't be able to reproduce everything that I do. Lastly, whether you've done this before or maybe you're new to this, stick around to the end. I have one detail in my attic video that I think you will just love. So let's get started. For the build, you will need 18 industrial wall shelves, a single gourmet dessert bowl or similar gourmet item, and about 75 builder's wood floors. The concept you need to understand first is the group select feature. When you're dealing with building blocks, you'll see this Alt left click option for group selection. If doing so, you select the entire stack and not just the one you're aiming at. So now I'll show you how you can leverage that same concept to make this staircase. First, take the industrial wall shelf, and as you can see, you can't place it on the ground because it can only go on the wall. Well, to work around this limitation, we're going to use the group select feature. I'm going to place the wall shelf on the wall and the bowl on the shelf, and I'm going to Alt left click. Even though the option isn't shown, it's still an option. So if you Alt left click while highlighting over the bowl, as you can see, it highlights the entire stack. And I can left click to grab the entire stack, and I can now place the shelf on the ground because the bowl can go on the ground, and it's that item that I initially selected when I group selected. Now I'm going to place this 1, 2, 3 full squares away right in the middle here. That should be perfect placement. I'm actually going to move it back just one space. Yeah, right in the middle here should be great. And from here, it's just repetition, all of these shelves on top of the other. I'm going to aim it right here and then rotate it twice. And then go to the next one. Now, as you do this, because the items are rotated, you can't get the same exact position. So what I do is I aim it where I want it with the grid on, and then turn the grid off before I place it. This way I get a more unified curve to it. Otherwise, things will be really off and it'll look kind of strange. Now, the group select feature is also a feature on Switch. So this is one of the things that you can do on Switch. As you get to the top here, you'll notice it's kind of hard to see through your own character to get this position right, so you just gotta take your best guess. And for the final step, it's just going to be straight. And the last one at the very top. And there you go. Nice looking spiral staircase up to the attic. Next step is the attic floor. I'm going to start at this point here specifically, and as you watch, you'll see why I chose this spot. Now, I want to place it this square region here, the 1, 2, 3rd from the end, right in the middle, as far down as it can go. Now, if you see my other video, you've noticed that getting it, the next one right here, is difficult. And I demonstrated a quick way to just snap it in there that a lot of people had trouble with. So I'm going to show a different way of doing it that might be easier. And this method is the cancellation method. So I'm actually going to take this and bring it down here first and place it against the wall. And then I'm going to take another plank and place it connected to the first. So that way when I pick the first one up, they go together. Now the technique I'm going to use here is called the cancellation method. So when I pick up the item, I'm going to use my fox plushie here to demonstrate. So when you see the fox plushie pop out, you know that I'm not placing an object, I'm canceling the placement of the object. And when you cancel the placement of an object, it stays in the canceled location. So let me show that one more time. They're connected together, taking the second one, and I'm just going to place it here just so it's out of the way, and I'm going to cancel it by pushing the number 1 key, which pulls up my plushie fox. Now I can grab the first one, and they are still coming together. They're just make sure you rotate and place it into the position that we already designated, and the canceled item will snap back to its original location, which is in the corner. Now we're going to do the same thing here, because you can't place a panel here. So we're going to bring this down, and another one on this left side. They are connected together. I'm going to grab this and cancel the placement, pulling up my fox, and rotate it back. Place it against the wall, right there, and it'll snap into position. Now this piece can just go right here from the stairs, but you might also want to fill this gap here. This is, completely optional. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I ended up doing that myself, and here's what I did for that. I'm gonna build out here just so I can do this. And I'm gonna put a plank attached in the middle here. So it's actually attached to this plank here. As you can see, if I pick up this plank, this other plank goes with it. And I'm going to do that twice. Attach it to the second one. So all 3 of them are connected together. And then I'm going to take this and not place it, I'm going to cancel it out of the way. So I'm going to put up the fox. That way when I place this here, those 2 pieces will snap and halfway. That way the stairs are not covered up and you cover up this little gap here. The rest of this is just adding more planks, which isn't too difficult. Just a lot of planks. The only thing I would add is maybe make sure that they're all the same orientation. For aesthetics, that just looks better. One more thing I would say is to break it up when you're adding these boards. You don't want them in one continuous stack, and by that I mean you don't want them to connect to each other in one continuous weaving back and forth pattern, because even though these items are not on top of each other, they're all connected or potentially connected, and that's going to be going into your stack limit. And if you get to the end of here with all these boards connected, then you might hit that stack limit before you're done, and you won't be able to add any more planks. So if you randomize the placement of them a bit, you will avoid that situation. And the rest of this, I will just speed up the video through. When you get to the end, you'll have this gap here that's not quite big enough for a full plank. Most might tell you to just connect it to this wall here. If you want to do that, that's fine. It'll just overlap a bit. However, I want to show you the detail that I was hinting at before that I think most of you would just absolutely adore. And to do that, I'm going to pick up this piece here, or really any piece, but just one that's individual or separate, or can be taken away. And I'm going to come outside, place it on the ground, and then I'm going to connect and build it out here. So one more, and then connect 6 more, 7 total. So this will be the final row, and they all connected together. Just make sure that they are. And I'm going to grab this one, pull it away, and I'm not going to place it, I'm going to cancel it. Pull up Mr. Fox to show that it's been canceled. And when I grab the first one, they're all still connected together. I'm going to bring this upstairs and put it in place. And as we've seen before, when I place it on the ground, again, it will all snap into place, filling up that gap. If you did this the way I just did it, then when you come out of your house, you'll now actually have this part of your attic sticking out here, which makes the perfect place to put some flowers. You can have your grand harvest house with this string of flowers on top. Some final touches for the staircase. If you want to, you can put a builder's iron pillar. I think it goes well with the wall shelf aesthetic, right in the middle of all these. I think it works pretty nice that way. There's a bit of a gap here, so I'm actually going to take these and redo these last two. I had it here before. I'm just going to do one space out. And that way it connects right to the attic without any space in between. And then you can also add an industrial lamp right at the top of the stairs. I think it looks pretty good too. Other than that, this is a fully completed attic, ready to decorate however you wish. As always, you can find me on the tour board. This week I'll have my estate plot up, so you can come see the attic that I have on my main plot. As always, I hope you found this video helpful, and thank you for watching.